When I get to the nervous part, it'll be more like thinking about the needles.
I'm just like, I just have to keep doing this for the rest of my life, you know?
You guys, do I look like Liza Minnelli?
Hi, I'm Ayla. I've known that I've always had dark circles under my eyes, but I really started caring in the last 5 years when I was living in LA. I started thinking more about skincare and like having a proper skincare regime. I'd always been really slack with that.
So I noticed I didn't like my under eye area or that they were really dark from being a small kid onwards. All the women in my family on my mom's side have very dark circles. So it was sort of like, oh, she's just like us when I was a little kid. And then more along in high school, in college, it was like, oh, again, like, did you not get enough sleep or did you get punched in the eyes? So I've known for a long, long time.
Probably when I was 22 is when I noticed the under eyes. It was when I had my first baby, and then you staying up all those nights, and then a year later, I started seeing and noticing them under my eyes, the bags.
I have definitely felt a lack of confidence when my circles are darker or puffier than not.
I am self-conscious of it, and I've had comments made about it.
Everybody always tells me, you look so tired.
You would look so much prettier and happier if you got more sleep.
Like, are you on drugs? Because I look like withdrawn and like these dark circles.
Oh, you look restless.
Or you should probably try this under eye cream because that'll really help you with your problem. Well, I really didn't know I had a problem.
I think cosmetic surgery is something that for some girls like myself boosts your self-esteem up because it's a chance to correct what you're not so happy about.
I know a lot of people who have had these kind of procedures done, and like these days it's almost as common as getting a facial.
If someone needs plastic surgery to gain confidence to go out there in the world, so be it.
I'm for it. Like, I think if it makes people feel more confident and they want to do it and they want to spend that money, then like I would never judge.
Tonight is the actual night before my under eye treatment with Dr. Simon Orion at Epion. I've seen plenty of videos.
I'm tired, as you can see by these under eye circles, which are always there, but I feel like they're especially there tonight.
And tomorrow's the big day. I'm excited to go to the doctor. I'm really looking forward to not having to explain that I'm not tired, that yes, I've had enough sleep, I've had enough water.
What if it works really well, like so well? And then I'm just like, I just have to keep doing this for the rest of my life. And it's expensive. I don't think I can afford it.
When I get to the nervous part, it'll be more like thinking about the needles. I'm not a big fan of the needles.
I'm about to go wash off the day, then wake up tomorrow, really excited to see how the procedure goes.
I'm just excited. I'm excited.
My name is Dr. Simon Orion. I practice cosmetic dermatology in Beverly Hills. Today we'll be doing a couple of treatments on a few ladies who've come here to get rid of their dark circles under the eyes, which is very common. Doesn't matter what your background is. So we're going to be treating them with adding a little bit of a filler under the eyes to get rid of the hollowness under the eyes, and followed by possibly a cool laser to remove the dark circle from the discoloration they have over the skin. If you have a little bit of dark circle, as time goes by, it keeps getting darker because you go in the sun and this area is a little bit darker and it continues to become darker as time goes by.
I'm super ready and excited, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all goes.
We're going to go ahead and do the hollowness under the eyes. I'm going to try to make it look more almond shape and lift that part up.
So what is in the substance?
Hyaluronic acid, but it also has some numbing. So right now you're fairly numb. That's why it's hard for you to blink. But once the numbness goes away, then this eye actually goes higher. If you see in the mirror, This eye looks more like cat eye, like a fox eye, whereas this one comes down a little bit. You see how
Yes.
this one goes up a little bit, the shape of the eye. So here, you can take a look.
Oh, wow.
So, you see this part, look at this eye, that looks how almond shaped it looks.
Mm-hmm. I know that one doesn't.
Amazing, huh?
You're right. Love
Happy?
it. Yes.
Good.
Just feels a little funny in the corner. Is that normal?
That's very normal.
Yeah.
Like funny, haha, no.
So why do you like the cool laser?
Now we're going to get rid of some of the discoloration from the sun damage that you've had over the years. And this is called the cool laser. And the way it does is that it just scans your skin, removes the top layer of the skin, kind of like an eraser. So you're going to feel like this heat sensation that's going to make your skin feel a little bit warm. That's it.
Oh, there we go.
Yay.
And that smell that you smell, like burnt hair, is actually the lower part of the skin that just got evaporated.
Okay.
It was your flesh. Don't worry.
Even with the little bit of bruising and things like that, I can already
It's
tell.
going to look amazing, yeah. Absolutely. And I have to do a touch-up like maybe in 6 weeks or so.
Mm.
And it's going to be amazing.
I would say that if my eyes feel very numb, and when that goes away, I'm sure it will be even more prominent, but I can already tell, like specifically this side is like lighter. So we'll see.
So it's been 4 days since the procedure. I've definitely noticed a difference in terms of like the hollowness of my under eyes, which was, to be honest, kind of what concerned me more than the dark circles, because the dark circles I could always cover with a concealer or something, but the hollowness you can't. And so the first thing I noticed after the procedure was like, oh, that's gone, and I like that.
It's a process. I was like, it should be away by the second week. It should all go back to normal and we'll see the final results. And everybody says that they see an immediate difference in my eyes, because I usually had like 2 eye bags, one under the other. But they said they see an immediate change.
I had a little bit of a blood vessel pop, which is normal. So I've been putting on all my creams and taking my arnica as instructed.
Was this worth it for me in terms of the pain? Like there was a little bit of pain. It felt like they put like a Lycodane gel under my eyes to numb things, and it felt like occasionally he was hitting me just on like the perimeter of that, on areas where the Lycodane wasn't. It was a weird sensation, like I could hear this weird noise and feel this, the best way I could describe it was crunchiness, which is horrible.
It's always great to have numbing cream, because when you have what seemed like hundreds of needles put in your face right near your eye, that could be potentially painful. I actually didn't have any pain. It just sort of felt like a little bit of stinging each time the needle went in.
Once he started doing it, I was like, it wasn't so painful as I thought it would be.
The laser is for the actual pigmentation of the skin under the eye, and my problem wasn't darker pigmentation under the eye, it was that my skin is quite thin. He thought that the results were good enough and that he wouldn't actually have to do any sort of laser treatment under the eye, which was cool.
So my thoughts on the experience at the doctor's office was actually white glove. They were extremely professional. The facility is beautiful, immaculate.
For me, I think it's worth it. The thing is, it's very delicate. Like I felt a little bit in danger, but I felt like I was in good hands with that doctor.
I did notice sort of over the healing that it's a little bit obvious where some of the filler was put in, but again, I'm not fully healed, so I have to be kind about waiting for judgment on that.
So this is me after maybe 3.5 weeks, and I think it's looking pretty good. Still have like a little bit of darkness under the eye, but like they're not as hollow, which I like. and enjoy.
So it's about 3 weeks since my last visit to the doctor. I had gone in for a 2-week check-in where the doctor and I discussed that the results weren't as I had expected. No makeup on, still little dark circles. I didn't expect it to go away 100%, but I expected it to definitely be relieved a bit more.
It's been a month and 13 days ever since my procedure, and I'm gonna say I'm loving them, and it feels really good to be able to wake up and not need to worry about putting down the concealer on, trying to hide your under eye bags, and it's just amazing. With that being said, I would recommend it, but I also want you to keep in mind that it does not matter what we look on the outside. We need to learn to love and respect ourselves for who we are.
So I will say that, I have been insecure about my dark circles for quite some time. I could have easily not done the treatment and I still would have felt okay about myself. I feel good about it, but I think you can have dark circles and still be incredibly beautiful and still feel like you love your body.
I know I got this done and I wanted it and I'm excited about it. I know celebrities get it done. You really don't need this. It's just like an option out there, and I chose to do it because I really wanted to try something different.
I would recommend this for anyone who feels that it's something that they want to do that would make them happier or feel better or more confident. I think that whatever you choose to do to present your best self to the world, your best efforts, are exactly what's right for you. This was what was right for me.